inconvenience for joining because of some technical problem. A warm welcome to a two-day national webinar on data analytics and tools using PySpark. So before going to see big data analytics, what is happening in this 60 seconds? Please check out if you are having internet, you can type or you can see here I am using browser. Sir, my screen is visible?
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Yes, sir. Here you can type internet live stats. Please check all of you this web URL. See, now we are living in this digital era. See here, my dear students, how many users connected right now? See here, internet users in this world right now, in this 60 seconds. In this second, how many users are connected? Total number of websites opened. Emails sent. See here, the number is drastically changing here. Google searches today, blog post written today, tweets sent today. The number is drastically changing. Can you observe this? How many videos are uploaded in this second? See, the number is, can you able to read this number? Very big number. Photos uploaded today. That means how many servers are required to store a huge volume of data? See here, how many Facebook users, active users are there? Skype calls, Twitter active users, and the websites hacked today. See, 1,12,500 something. These many websites hacked today. Computers sold, smartphones. In this second, how many smartphones? Every second, see. That means how many servers are required, how the data is coming from, where the data is coming from, how do we store a huge volume of data, how many servers are required, how to represent this data. These are the questions you may get doubts. That's why we are moving towards cloud computing. I think everybody knows cloud computing. Cloud computing is an internet-based technology. So without internet, you cannot access any kind of service like PaaS, SaaS, IaaS. So the backbone of cloud computing is data center and virtualization. Data center is nothing but collection of high integrated servers at one place is called data center, and virtualization is nothing but the ability to perform multiple tasks in a single system. With the help of virtualization technologies, at a time we can perform multiple tasks. Virtualization technologies such as VMware, Hypervisor, Xen, Virtual So this is a small introduction about uh, see how the data is we are storing in the large volume of data in servers, system or data center. So how many users are connected? This one I have shown www.internetlivestats. So this is also, so that's why there are various sources we are getting data from e-commerce websites or any NASA data, weather forecasting data, traffic data, everything. So here, before going to see the terminology of data or big data, you must know, see, computer understands only ones and zeros. If you press capital A, system cannot take as it is capital A. Internally, it will convert into ASCII format. ASCII is nothing but American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Capital 65, I mean capital A value is 65. If you divide it by 2, you will get a binary equivalent number 100001. That is the binary equivalent of capital A. Internally, it will convert into ASCII format. For every character, there is a ASCII value. So, computer understands only ones and zeros. Now, see here, 1 bit is equal to 0 or 1. 4 bits is equal to 1 nibble, 8 bits is equal to 1 byte, 4 bytes is equal to 1 word, 4 words is equal to 1024 bytes, and 1024 bytes is equal to 1 kilobyte, 1024 kilobytes is equal to megabyte, and 1024 gigabytes is equal to 1 terabytes. 1024 terabytes is equal to 1 petabyte. After petabytes, hexabytes, octabytes, zettabytes, yottabytes. Hi, I am Robo. My speed is 1 terabytes and my memory is 1 zettabyte. So before that robo movie, we don't know the terminology of how we are measuring this technical jargon of measuring data in the big data. So thanks to Director Shankar and Rajni sir, they have introduced wonderful terminology such as zettabyte and yottabytes. Yesterday night I have searched in the Google. There are two more terminologies presented, that is 1024 yottabytes is equal to 1 brontobyte. 1024 brontobyte is equal to 1 geobyte. This geobyte is different, like it is not JIO geo. That stupid JIO geo ruined students' life. Students are addicted for mobiles because of free. Initially, they gave 2 months or 3 months free of cost. Everybody is addicted. Now they are increasing their own business in geo. So after 1024 geobytes is equal to infinity. If you ask me, sir, what is the next terminology? So 1024 geobytes is equal to infinity. So there are two ways of measuring the data in normal range and big data range. So in mathematical, 1 kilobyte is equal to 10 power 3, megabyte is 10 power 6, gigabyte is 10 power 9, terabyte is 10 power 12. And if you see same in big data range, petabyte is 10 power 15, hexabyte is 10 power 18, zettabyte is 10 power 21, yottabyte is 10 power 24, and brontobyte is 10 power 27, and geobyte is 10 power 30. See, you are a core branch of engineering field. You must know this terminology very well. So being a IT and a computer science student, you must know the jargon of data, the jargon of big data, that the measuring the data in big data analytics. It is very mandatory for IT and any CSC student. So this is measuring the data in big data analytics. Okay. What is the prerequisition of big data? See here, before going to learn about data analytics, you must know the prerequisition chart. This is my own chart. You will not get this chart in the group in the Google also. By my experience, I have created this prerequisition chart for you. The data is nothing but raw material. Anything can be a data, maybe a audio, video, text, graphics, animation, anything can be a data. Once that data we are processing, we are arranging in sequential order, we are removing any noisy, inconsistent data. That data becomes information. That means processed data is called information. Then a collection of interrelated data is called a database. And to manage that database, we are using various softwares like relational databases and non-relational databases. So relational databases such as SQL, MySQL, Teradata, DB2, MS Access, etc. So there is a schema, there is a relation, there is a structure. We are creating the tables with the help of relational database tools. So that is called structured data, and there is no schema, there is no relation, there is no structure, but we are creating the tables, we are creating the database with the help of non-relational databases like Mongo database, Hive, HBase. Okay, so these are the non-relational database tools. So collection of softwares to manage the huge volume of databases with the help of DBMS tools. So combination of data and DBMS is called database system, and subset of data warehousing. You are storing small amount of data in a server is called data mart, and collection of data marts is called a data warehouse. So data warehouse is also called as online analytical processing. So we can store 10 years data, legacy data, historical data. We are storing huge volume of data in a system, server or data center. Then once we are storing huge volume of data in a server, what you are going to do? Extracting meaningful data from the huge volume of data by applying supervised learning techniques, unsupervised learning techniques, or reinforcement learning algorithms like classification techniques, clustering, association rule mining, outlier detection, recommender engine. These are the various techniques we are applying on the huge volume of data. Then it comes to the big data. Which data we can call it as big data? So it deals with the big data sets like volume, velocity, variety. Volume says that size of the data, what kind of size you are handling, whether you are handling megabytes, terabytes, gigabytes, petabytes, hexabytes, octabytes, yottabytes, zettabytes, brontobytes and geobytes. What is the size of the data we are handling in the real time environment? And then velocity, speed of the motion of the data. That means you are uploading, downloading videos, the speed, that is called velocity. Then variety, what kind of files we are handling in the real time environment, whether we are handling XML files, HTML files, SQL files, what kind flat files. So flat files is nothing but, see, this is a industry terminology, flat files. You must know it. Document files, spreadsheet, Excel file, PowerPoint or any document related files. Those files are called flat files. So these are the three V's. Which data we can call it as a big data? If more than 1 terabytes of data or petabytes of data, we used to call it as a big data. So normal systems cannot handle such kind of data. That means traditional tools cannot handle such type of huge volume of data. That's why we are going to use, okay, Hadoop or Spark or any other big data tools we are using in order to process huge volume of data. So then the latest one is data science or data analytics. So extracting insights by applying machine learning or deep learning algorithms. So this is the prerequisition chart of big data analytics. Any doubts, my dear students? Any doubts? Please acknowledge me so that
Any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir. Thank you.
it
Continue,
is
sir.
clear. Yeah, yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. Clear, sir. Thank you.
So this is the prerequisition of big data analytics. So now welcome to the today's agenda. Uh, today and tomorrow I am going to use a PySpark. 1 second. Satish sir. Satish sir, చెప్పండి. సార్ సతీష్ సార్ చెప్పండి. సార్ సార్ చెప్పేసి చెప్తాను అంటే దానికి రావడానికి సార్ ఓకే సార్ సార్ సరే సార్. So today I am going to explain various topics in big data and PySpark contents. I think Satish sir might have covered all the big data fundamentals, big data architecture, big data challenges, Spark ecosystem, Spark transformations, and Spark actions, Spark machine learning library, and classification using Spark, clustering using Spark, and Spark challenges. These are the contents today's concept I am going to explain. And then introduction to Apache Spark, about Spark ecosystem, Spark key concepts like action, stage, task, resilient distributed data RDD, data frame, data sets, Spark session, etc. Spark architecture, Spark context, Spark stage, task, action, executor, deployment modes of Spark, Spark RDD, persistence and catching mechanism in RDD, Spark RDD features, limitations and operations, partitioning, then transformations and actions, map and flat map. These are the transformations, lazy evaluation, fault tolerance, deployment modes of Spark by using a direct acyclic graph, cluster managers, cluster configuration setup, performance tuning techniques, limitations of Spark, Spark SQL, data frames and data sets, Spark SQL optimization, RDD versus data frames, data frame versus data sets, etc. So then PySpark features and architecture, modules and packages, cluster manager types, PySpark shell usage, Spark web user interface to understand about job stages, executors and environment details, etc. Then Spark submit utility, PySpark RDD creations using different methods, data frame creation using different methods, and repartition versus colsec, and broadcast variables and accumulators. Examples on data frame, transformations on actions, important functions in PySpark like select, collect, with column, etc. Filter functions, schema creation, joins, catching and code optimization techniques, user defined user data framework like map, flat map, partition by functions, aggregate functions, window functions, and read and write data to different file formats like text file, CSV file, XML file, PySpark, built-in functions, expression, literature, explode, to date, etc. These are the PySpark syllabus. See, Satish sir has given in your syllabus unit 4th, Apache Spark advantages over Hadoop, lazy evaluation, in-memory processing, DAG, Spark context, Spark session. So this is the syllabus unit 4th and unit 5th. Today I am going to cover unit 4th, and tomorrow I am going to show you practicals completely in Spark and PySpark. Both I'm going to use and show the demonstration. Apache Spark, and this is the, so these are the, in data analytics, these are the major concepts you must concentrate. So you are so lucky enough having data analysis subject, because you are now ready for industry. You are hot cake for industry nowadays, because in data science, this data analysis playing vital role. If you are strong in uh, data analysis tools and techniques like classification, clustering, association, rule mining, and outlier detection, recommender engine, by using various tools like Hadoop or Spark or Scala, etc. And as well as uh, if you are having knowledge on statistics, data mining, machine learning, artificial intelligence, pattern recognition, and deep learning, you are the hot cake for industry. See, right now I am working for Deloitte. I am recruiting people like machine learning operations consultant, ML ops consultant. See, for ML ops, machine learning operations consultant, this position, I am asking the concepts like statistics. I am asking statistical techniques like linear regression, nonlinear regression, logistic regression, and etc. And in data mining is nothing but extracting meaningful, interested analytics from the huge volume of data. In data mining, various techniques like classification techniques, clustering techniques, association rule mining techniques we are using, and uh, we are generating various models in data mining. Then machine learning, learning from the observational data, and it is a sub branch of artificial intelligence. In machine learning, we are asking three types of learning approaches, such as supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Supervised learning is nothing but based on the label, based on the target class, we are dividing the groups, we are dividing the data, we are making the classification. So that's why it is called supervised learning. There is no label, there is no target class, but I am going to classify the data based on the similarity measure by using Euclidean distance, like square root of x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. This is Euclidean distance or Manhattan distance or Minkowski distance. So for similarity measure, we are calculating based on the similarity behavior, we are classifying the data. That is called clustering. So then reinforcement learning. So based on the punishment and reward, we are solving the problems, like uh, uh, in especially in gaming, in robotics, we are using reinforcement learning. Then artificial intelligence, intelligent behavior in a machine, the simulation of human intelligence processed by machines, especially computer systems. So that is called artificial intelligence. There are humanoid robots like Sophia recently took the citizenship of Saudi Arabia, like Chinko, Chihira, Asimo. These are the humanoid robots. So you need to be strong in expert system to build the rules and A star algorithm for searching, traveling salesman problem, various problems we are solving under artificial intelligence. Then pattern recognition. Pattern is a model for a simplified version of the reality. It is a branch of machine learning that focuses on the regularities in data. So that is called, these are the data analysis concepts. You must be strong. Then what is the technical name of this image? Can anyone answer? What is the technical name of this image? How do you publicize about MVGR? Anyone? Being IT student or being a CSC student, how you are going to publicize about MVGR college? By sending SMS, by sending pamphlets, by, by sending emails you are publicizing about. So what is the technical name of this image? Can anyone can answer in the chat box? My dear students, my voice is clear. Please acknowledge me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. What is the technical jargon of this image? See how all the terminology jargon we have incorporated in this image. This image, is there any technical name of this image, my dear students? Can anyone give any technical name for this image? You might have seen different types of images. Any answer from participants? Please respond me. Anyone? Yeah, fantastic. Who is that? What is, give him big round of applause. He has given a beautiful answer. Yeah. So it is a word cloud. It is a one more way of publicizing about big data technology in industry or in any organization. We are using this is one more publicizing mechanism that is called a word cloud. We have incorporated tools and techniques. Every term we have incorporated in this image. This is the technical name of big data is called a word cloud. Okay. So I think your sir covered many things in big data. No need of discussing again theory part. So big data is new. Big data is only about massive data volume. Some assumptions, myths. Big data means only Hadoop. Big data need a data warehouse. Big data means unstructured data. Big data is for social media or sentiment analysis. No. Okay, that is a myth. So there are three V's like I have explained: volume, velocity, variety. Information assets that demand cost effective, innovative forms of information processing for enhanced insight and decision making. So you may be dealing with large and complex data in the real time environment. So there are two types of data you are discussing in the real time environment: categorical data, numerical data. So categorical data is nothing but example marital status, political party. So numerical data may be a discrete or continuous. Discrete is nothing, example number of children, defects per hour. And continuous data, weight, voltage, etc. So these are the data collection tools. Because you are studying a data collections, data analysis tool subject, you must know how do we collect the data with help of data collection tools, like through interviews we are collecting the data, through observation we are collecting the data, through surveys we are collecting the data, through usage data, through focus groups we are collecting the data. These are the various data collection tools. Please remember, what are in interview point of view, they may asking the question like what are the various data collection tools are available. You need to say through interviews we are collecting the data, through observation we are collecting the data, through surveys we are collecting the data. Then these are the various big data sources where you are getting huge volume of data through ERP data, through transactions data, through social media data, social networking data, financial data, multimedia data, and Internet of Things, data from enterprise resource planning systems, mobile apps data, microphone, I mean mobile, machine sensors, microphones, etc. So I think large amounts of data is called big data, collected passively from digital interactions with a great variety and a high rate of velocity. So why do you want to collect the data? Why do you want to care about big data? See, I'm asking a general question, sir. Why do I want to study data analysis or big data or data science? So, in order to increase the business, first you need to collect the more data from historical data. Past data we need to collect and find out future trends of existing system. That means this is the caption of big data, like more data leads to the more knowledge. If you are having more knowledge, definitely you are increasing more money. So big data analytics is the process of examining large amounts of data of a variety of types. So to uncover hidden patterns, unknown correlations, and other useful informations. So you just keep in mind the caption of big data is more data leads to the more knowledge leads to the more money. So, so 10% only we can see the structured data nowadays. 90% unstructured data we are seeing in the these days. So like audio, video, text, graphics, animation, this is comes under unstructured data. In order to develop unstructured data databases, what are the tools we are using? My dear students, anyone can answer? See, in order to store unstructured data, what are the tools we are using? Anyone, please respond. Yeah. Anyone, please give answer. I think you know very well about how do we manage structured data with the help of relational database tools like SQL, MySQL, Teradata, DB2, MS Access. We are creating tables, and a collection of tables is called database. That you know very well. But I am asking 90% of unstructured data, such as emails, audio, video, text, graphics, animation. Now in industry, you are handling with the real-time data. So how do you manage and store that data, unstructured data? What are the tools you are using? Can anyone give answer in the chat box? Anyone, please respond.
గట్టిగా చెప్పండి అమ్మ.
Very good answer. Very good answer. So those, yeah, very good. Hive, HBase, Mongo database. These are the, yeah, very good. So non-relational database tools like, very good answer. Keep it up. So in order to handle the unstructured data, we are using Mongo database, Hive, HBase, Scoop. These are the various non-relational database tools we are using. So 90% of unstructured data we are dealing daily. So Facebook alone generates huge volume of data, like 1,000 terabytes of data daily. And what about Jet Airways and stock market exchange? How much data they are releasing per day? Okay, so there are three types of data. I think everybody knows structured data. So with the help of relational database tools, we are creating structured database. So examples, tables, transactions, legacy data. Unstructured data, we are use audio, video, text, graphics, animation, etc. Semi-structured data is nothing but 50% of XML database and 50% of structured and unstructured database. These are the three types of data: structured, unstructured, semi-structured. Okay. And why do we care about big data matters? It is a valuable data. We are If you are using distributed data is nothing but faster computation. So data growth is huge and all that data is valuable. So even big data matters for aggregation of the data. We are summarizing the data. We are finding the statistics of the data and indexing the data and a starting point and ending point and searching everything we are finding in this indexing, querying the data. You are asking the question, who is the richest person in the globe? Immediately you are saying Elon Musk or Bill Gates or Warren Buffett. How you are saying? So every week, every day, every month, every quarter, every half, every year, one website is revealing about richest persons in the globe. That website name is called www.forbes.com. Forbes. So so that is called searching, acquiring and discovering knowledge. So these are the various file formats. You must know it. Variety of one of the dimension of the big data is called variety. SQL files, DB2 files, MySQL files, Teradata files, audio, video, text, graphics, animation, etc. And these are the various sources: social media data, sensor data, public data, enterprise data, transaction data, etc. These are the three important characteristics of big data. Volume says that the size of the data, whether you are handling megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, petabytes. Then velocity says that whether you are handling batch processing, periodic processing, near time processing, real time processing, etc. Variety says that you are handling variety of files like audio, video, text, graphics, animation, etc. These are the three important dimensions or characteristics of big data. So, and a few more V's like veracity, that is called uncertainty of data. If I am asking you, my dear students, if I am asking you, please give me the answer between 0 to 1. Few students are saying 0.1, 0.2, few students are saying 0.9, 0.8. That is called a degree of freedom is called fuzzy, uncertainty of data. Then big data analysis, we are using various tools like Spark and Hadoop. Hadoop is a framework which integrates a number of tools like Hive, Scoop, okay, Hue, Zookeeper, Cassandra, and Pig. These are the tools are inbuilt in the framework. Framework means where backend database is there, where front end is there. For connection of front end to backend, where there is a interface, everything is there in that package, that is called framework. No need to go for separate database, no need to go for separate front end. Everything is incorporated in a one tool, front end, back end, for connecting front end to back end interface. That is called a framework. So Hadoop is a framework. And even Spark, you can call it as a Spark, is a similar kind of Hadoop, but it is 100 times faster than Hadoop because it is in-memory computation comparatively Hadoop. Hadoop, every time it loads from the disk. That's why system becomes very slow. And Spark every time loads the data from the RAM, random access memory. It is a temporary memory. And in-memory computation, whatever the computation it can perform through RAM only. That's why it is very fast. That's why 100 times faster than Hadoop. If you see in big data analysis by using Spark and Hadoop, these many V's we are handling in the real-time environment. Just now I have explained volume is called the size of the data. Velocity says that the speed at which data is generated. Variety, different types of data we are handling. Veracity, data accuracy. Value, useful data. validity, data quality, governance, master data, management on massive data, and variability, dynamic evolving behavior in data source, venue, distributed heterogeneous data from multiple platforms, vocabulary, data models, semantics that describes data structures, that means meaning of the data, vagueness, confusion over meaning of big data and tools and use. See, these many V's are we are studying day by day. The V's are increasing in big data terminology or big data characteristics or dimensions of the big data. Okay, keep in mind. But majorly, broadly, we are classifying into three types: volume, velocity, and variety. And these are the four V's I have explained already. And velocity, veracity, you just keep in mind the degree to which data can be trusted, uncertainty of data, fuzziness. Then data fuzzy and cloudy, that is called, see, simple terminology. In the interview point of view, they will ask you what is volume. You can say data at rest, size of the data. Velocity, data in motion. Variety, data with multiple formats. Veracity, data fuzzy and cloudy. Okay, so this is about 7 V's. And what is the structure of big data? Usually we are using three tiers: tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. In tier 1, data sources, that is input of the data, input of the system, maybe a structured data, maybe unstructured data, maybe a semi-structured data. And then we are choosing the tools and technology like Hadoop, Hive, MapReduce, MATLAB. Hadoop is a framework. We can create, we are using core components like Hadoop distributed file system and as well as MapReduce. These are the major components of Hadoop. So MapReduce is a programming model where we are writing Java code in order to execute and see the execution, deployment, everything in this MapReduce. We are writing Java code especially. Hive is a data warehousing tool. In order to store huge volume of data, we are using Hive, and HBase. In order to create the database, we are using a HBase tool. Then MATLAB, it is also one of the big data tool in order to process the image processing applications. Matrix Laboratory, in order to perform image analysis, we are using MATLAB. Finally, tier 3 includes analytics. We are generating the reports and scorecards, dashboards, queries, intelligent databases. So principal or a manager would like to see the final results through bar chart, pie chart, or any dashboards, etc. Then big data architecture, I think your sir has been already explained. Just I'll remind how it process in big data terminology. Architecture is nothing but a structure which comprises the software and hardware components and connections among them. That is called big data architecture. If you see the data sources, various sources like a log file, ERP, relational database management system, enterprise resource planning, social media data, sensor media data, machine related data, mobile related data. These are the data sources. Then we are collecting data collections with help of various data collection tools. Then we are analytical batch processing. Then we are processing batch results store. And finally, we are data access. We are generating the report with the help of various tools. And so these are the various big data tools are available. Your subject is data analysis tools and techniques. See, Hadoop, Cloudera, Datamir, Splunk, Mahout, Hive, HBase, LucidWorks, R, Mapr, Ubuntu, and Linux flavors. Various tools and techniques in order to process the big data We are using various tools. If you see the Spark for especially data analytics. So we are using data analytics tools like Spark, Hadoop, Kafka and HBase, Flink, Informatica, Scala, Tableau. These are the various tools we are using in order to process the big data sets like Facebook data set, NASA data set, weather forecasting data, traffic data, sensor media data. In order to process, we are using various big data tools. Okay, so in order to manage huge volume of data, we are using Hadoop and Spark, and in order to write programs in Hadoop, we are using Java. In Spark, we are using Scala, but Spark supports Scala, Python, or okay. So Java, the four languages supported by the Scala. So Scala is nothing but scalable programming language. And HBase, we are creating database, unstructured data especially, we are using HBase. Then for streaming data, we are using Flink, that is called real-time streaming made easier. Then Informatica is nothing but a data warehousing tool. There we are performing various ETL tool, that is called ETL tool, extraction, transformation, loading. ETL tool, Informatica, Hive, etc. For a data integration, we are using Informatica, and various transformations we are using in Informatica. In Tableau is one of the visualization tool. In order to generate various graphs, various visualization graphs, we are using Tableau tool, very popular tool. And Solar, we are Apache Solar, it is a search and index tool. Then for data platform, we are using Hadoop for a data storing platform, data computing platform, and data warehousing. We are using Hive, SQL and metadata. Kafka, it is for a messaging tool, especially nowadays in AWS, Amazon Web Services, MS Azure, all cloud engineers, they are using Kafka, especially full stack developer. Full stack developer, my dear students. Can anyone answer what is a full stack developer? I'm expecting answer from you. Anyone, please. What is the meaning of full stack developer? Anyone? Anyone, please respond. Hello, sir. Please respond, sir. My voice is audible or not? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible.
Yeah, please respond. What is a full stack developer?
A developer who develops both front end and back end.
Very good, very good. Who's that?
My name is Shravani.
Yeah. Give her big round of applause. See, full stack developer means, so you are the person developing the code. You are the person developing a backend database with help of any relational database or non-relational database tools. We are developing database and we are developing code front end. We are developing database in the back end. For connectivity front end to back end, we are using interfaces for connectivity, maybe WebSphere, Apache Tomcat server, or any interfacing tools we are using for connecting front end to back end. That is, so you are the person developing top to bottom tools and tools you are using developing application. Such type of person is called a full stack developer. Very good answer, Amma. Keep it up. Then rising big data technologies. See here, how many technologies you are using? Apache Hadoop, number one. Apache Spark, Mongo database, Cassandra. Can anyone knows Cassandra? Because your subject, you are using data analysis tool. Can anyone answer what is the Cassandra tool?
Anyone?
Yeah, please, can anyone answer? Cassandra.
Anyone answer? Can anyone answer what is Apache Cassandra?
Anyone? Please respond. Hello. Okay, I'll ask you one more question. In Facebook, what is the database, which database they are using in order to maintain huge volume of data? Can anyone answer? In order to manage and create a database for Facebook, they are using one tool. What is the tool name? My dear students, please respond me. I am giving hint. See, your syllabus, don't worry about your syllabus. Unit 4 and Unit 5th, very simple. Very simple. I am going to explain. But the way I am explaining this jargon and this terminology and tools and techniques is very important for your career. Keep in mind. Your units 4 and 5th are very simple. It takes only half an hour. Can anyone answer for this question? Facebook uses which database and what is the tool they are using in order to maintain database?
Apache Cassandra.
Very good, very good. Apache Cassandra. But this is a old answer. But new answer is 6 months back they have changed to Cassandra to Hive database because Cassandra unable to solve joins and triggers concept. So they have a Facebook company shifted in order to manage and create the database. They have shifted to Hive data warehousing and database tool HBase, not Cassandra right now. You can check in the Google. So Cassandra is a data warehousing tool. Facebook recently shifted Cassandra to Hive data warehousing tool. Very good. Very good answer. Keep it, Amma. Then fifth tool, Apache Kafka. Kafka is a messaging tool. ClickView, ClickSense, Tableau. Tableau is a visualization tool. Apache Storm, Apache Hive, Apache Pig. Can anyone knows Apache Pig? What type of data it can handle Pig? Pig is a programming language, you know. Very popular language in industry. Can anyone? Pig is a streaming programming language. Pig is a streaming data flow language. Keep in mind, my dear students, Pig is a streaming programming language supported by the Spark and Hadoop, Presto, Apache Flink, Scoop. Combination of SQL and Hadoop is called Scoop. Rapid Miner. Rapid Miner is one of the data mining tool. Nime. It is also one of the data mining tool. See, these are the rising big data technologies. Any doubts in these tools? Please ask me. I am going to explain. My dear students, anyone, please, any doubt?
No doubt, sir. Please continue.
Okay, thank you. So these are the various big data tools you have seen. See, data storage and processing, we are using Hadoop tool. For data analysis, we are using Pig. That big programming language for data flow language. For data warehousing, we are using Hive tool. Your subject title is data tools and techniques. Keep in mind, you must be aware of all these tools. For data warehousing, we are using Hive tool. And for NoSQL database, that is called Cassandra. Cassandra is a data warehousing tool. For real-time processing, we are using Spark. Real-time processing, Spark. Streaming especially. Streaming data. Flow of data between server to server, server to system, system to server. That is called real-time processing. Then messaging system is called Kafka, especially Kafka. So these are the big data tools are available. So how big data tools can help you? See here, Hadoop, how it is going to help you? It is used to store, process and analyze big data. What are the two major components in Hadoop? Anyone please give me answer. See, if you are not interacting, how I can understand whether you are understanding my terminology or not? Please respond. What are the major concepts are presented in Hadoop? Anyone? Major components of Hadoop.
HDFS, YAN,
Very good, very good. Who's that? Please give big round of applause to her. HDFS and MapReduce. Fantastic answer. Keep it, Amma. Hadoop is a framework. In Hadoop, it processes batch processing because every time it loads data from disk, hard disk. That's why it is slow. Comparatively, Spark. In Hadoop, two major components like HDFS and MapReduce. HDFS is nothing but Hadoop distributed file system. If you are giving 1 terabytes of file to the system, it dividing into number of chunks. Each chunk will take each node. Like that in distributed environment, it's parallel processing. It will perform all the data nodes. Client's nodes respond to the master node. It is a client server technology. Okay. So it is used to store, process and analyze big data. Then Spark, it supports in-memory calculations. That means it loads data every time from the in-memory computation from RAM. That's why it is faster than Hadoop. Spark supports, see, Hadoop supports Java programming language, whereas Spark supports 4 languages like Scala. Scala is a number 1 language. Whatever the updation comes first in Scala, they are updating. So Spark written in Scala, keep in mind. Spark written in Scala. Okay. Do you know, in this connection, I would like one question. Linux, Windows, written in which language? Can anyone? You are third year students. I think you are so intelligent students. I think you will answer for this question. Linux and Windows written in which language? Please respond. Can anyone give answer? See, Spark written in Scala. Like Linux, Windows, any operating system, if you want to develop your own operating system, which language is taking more part? There are combination of languages we are using in order to develop any operating system. See, being a third year student, in our mind, why don't I can develop one operating system like that? You can think over in that direction. Why don't I can develop any app? Why don't I can develop antivirus software? Why don't I can develop any operating system? So Linux and Unix or any operating system written in maximum part C language. C is very powerful language, and including with GUI components of all languages, Java, .NET, any other programming languages. So then Storm. Storm is one of the big data tool. It efficiently processes unbounded streams of data. That means flow of data between server to server, server to system, system to server, flow of data. Then Cassandra. Cassandra is a data warehousing tool. It provides high availability and scalability. You can increase a huge volume of data through system, through servers, through data center or cloud data centers. Then Mongo database. It is a non-relational database tool. It provides cross-platform capabilities. It can support for all types of platforms, not only Linux, not only Mac OS, not only Windows, any platform it can support. So selection of platforms and programming tools. Sir, I know various tools and techniques, and for commercial and open platforms you are having various tools like Veka, Orange. Veka is a data mining tool. Nime is a data mining tool. Rapid Miner is a data mining tool. Orange is a data mining tool. And SAS, Clementine, IBM, SPSS. These are the commercial and open platforms. If you see languages and programming platforms, especially R is a visualization programming language. You know, R is a visualization programming language, especially in order to generate various graphs, we are using R. You know, Java is evergreen in industry right now. And Python, these days, Python is so popular because, see, Python is a programming language, scripting language. Why Python is so popular? Being a third year student, you must know this answer. I'm expecting answer from you. Can anyone answer? Why Python is so popular? What is the reason? Can you give answer in the chat box at least? Or you can orally you can speak. Why Python is so popular? Sorry? Please.
Can anybody answer?
Please. Why Python is so popular? See, you are third year students. You are core
The
students
writing
of
code,
MVGR. Yeah.
the writing code in Python is very easy, but we are having built-in modules.
Oh,
Number of
very good. Yeah, very good answer. But I am expecting correct answer. Uh, yeah. Like you told correct answer, but Python is so popular because of rich number of packages are there. Some lakhs of packages are there. Libraries are there. See, recently I have executed nearly 10 database applications, health database applications. I have used in Python, especially PyTorch, Keras, TensorFlow, and NumPy, Python, NumPy, Pandas, Seaborn, Matplotlib, Scikit-learn. These are the various tools I have used. Then MATLAB, Simulink. Okay. Then big data programming tools like Hadoop, Spark, Mahout, Cloudera. These are the various selection of platforms and programming tools. Okay. So cloud computing versus big data analytics versus IIoT, Internet of Things. See here, especially there is a connectivity between cloud computing and big data and IoT, because for big data backend is a cloud data centers. So where you are getting sources from sources for big data through Internet of Things. See the connection between cloud and big data and IoT. The simple terminology, cloud is nothing but internet based technology. Three services are there: PaaS, IaaS, SaaS. Platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, and SaaS. 543 formula. You know 543 formula of cloud computing. 5 characteristics, 4 infrastructure models, 3 services. Short form I can give you, keep in mind. See, 543, 5 characteristics. OB R square M. OB R square M. O stands for on demand computing. B stands for broad network access. R square is nothing but resource pooling. One, and one more is a rapid elasticity, and M stands for measured service. OB R square M, keep in mind. Then 4 infrastructure models: public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, community cloud. P square HC, keep in mind. Private cloud, public cloud, P square HC. Hybrid and community cloud. Hybrid cloud and community cloud. Then 3 services, SPI. You can keep in mind short form SPI. Software as a service, and platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. That is called SPI. Then big data analytics, you know all the tools I have explained already. Mongo database, Spark, etc. Internet of Things means collection of real-time objects in a network is called Internet of Things. Connectivity, low power, wireless. So open hardware, low power, connectivity, everything. These are the connection between cloud computing, big data, and IIoT. See, use big data and cloud computing for big business especially. So why do I want to use big data? Reduction in fraud, yes. Search engines, e-commerce. So e-commerce analytics like Flipkart and Amazon. These are the e-commerce websites. So today you are searching for mobile, iPhone. So tomorrow automatically in the web browser in your mobile it is showing that would you purchase this mobile? So it will recommend automatically because of big data analytics. So in e-commerce, the benefits of online publishing helps in recruitment, log analysis, etc. In cloud computing, so mobile data backup, development and testing services, sharing the information, etc. So big data technology areas and alternative visualization, you must be aware of cloud apps and technologies, software as a service related tools. Okay, and these are the combinations you must be aware of. So in order to develop any application, you need to have knowledge on big data, cloud, software as a service. Okay, the best consumer of cloud is Gmail. Gmail is a best consumer of cloud. It is a application comes under software as a service cloud. Okay. So these are the, if you see, these 3 are in very mandatory for computers and IT student. Okay, so the backbone of big data is cloud computing, because we are storing huge volume of data in data centers. Okay, just keep in mind. These are the big data use cases. So use cases is nothing but where we are using this big data tools, data analytics tools and techniques, especially data analysis. These are the 5 major application areas or use cases, like customer sentiment analysis. You know how Joe Biden and Narendra Modi won the elections? Because Joe Biden won elections because of big data playing vital role. Big data analytics means data analytics playing vital role. See, there are 50 states in USA. So they gave electronic messages like SMS, emails, polling system, or any other technologies they have applied, and they have collected opinions of the public, and they have collected 50 states data and stored in the system. They processed, they applied prediction algorithms. Only 5 to 7 states are lagging opinion about Joe Biden. So Joe Biden gave boons for public, free of current, free of rice, free education, like that. So he increased his fan following in that states. So this analytics generated by the nearly 10 to 15 data scientists, they have done prediction future opinions about presidents of USA. So that is the story about sentiment analysis, behavioral analytics, customer segmentation, fraud detection. These are the various use cases of big data technologies. Then these are the big data analytic process. First we are doing search, we are finding the problem. Once completed, we are deployment, business understanding of the problem, data exploration. We are doing exploratory data analysis, that is called EDA, for classifying, clustering, association, rule mining analysis, data preparation, data modeling, and data valuation. Okay, so these are the process: data protection, data internet security. I think your sir covered all these things. So just theory part and big data security issues. Just I am reminding. So I am going to explain your fourth and fifth. Don't worry about your unit fourth and fifth. So I am giving a nomenclature of industry-oriented terminology, access controls, security like in big data, non-relational data stores, storage, endpoints, real-time security, data mining solutions, etc., and security analysis and big data use cases, especially advanced threat nowadays, cyber security analytics, fraud detection, mobile data analytics, cloud data analytics, identity data analytics, and these are the various analytics we are going to generate. Big data security, especially data management, integrity and reactive security, data privacy, infrastructure security. So these are the big data security technologies. Encryption. For encryption, we are using various algorithm, AES, DES, some encryption, two-way authentication methods, belief logic, etc. User control, user access control, we are using password security mechanisms. Physical security, we are using firewalls or any other security mechanisms, centralized key management mechanisms, etc. So I have explained already big data security use cases, cloud security monitoring, network traffic analysis, insider threat detection, and in incident investigation, user behavior analysis, data detection, etc. So these are the challenges of big data: data quality, data storage, security, analytics, lack of talent, discovery, etc. Just keep in mind, what are the challenges of big data? In interview point of view, they may ask the question. Data quality, dirty data is a challenge, my dear students. So timelines of analysis, data cleanup, storage and network, interoperability means various operations, access data, security and privacy, talent gap, data integration, heterogeneous data, data errors, data analytics systems. So these are the top 10 algorithms for data scientists or data analytics we are using. Linear regression, these are the statistical techniques. Logistic regression, k-means clustering, data mining technique. Principal component analysis, especially we are using for face recognition. Support vector machine for classification. Artificial neural networks for classifying the data, decision trees, recurrent neural networks, a priori algorithm. A priori algorithm for data uh, association rule mining, especially a priori algorithm and FP growth algorithm. So these are the top 10 companies using big data, especially Amazon, Netflix, American Express, Starbucks, LinkedIn, McDonald's, General Electric, Swiggy, Miniclip, Spotify. These are the various companies, top 10 companies of using big data. So top 10 best big data analytics tools. Tableau, number one tool for visualization purpose. Cloudera for processing the big data. Teradata in order to maintain huge volume of data. R programming, Spark. Satish sir, please tell me sir. Yes sir, yes sir, I am going to start. Yes sir, now soon I am going to start. So these are the various top best big data analytics tools: Lumify, Talent, Microsoft, Skytree, Pentaho, etc. These are the big data tools and frameworks. And the big data tools I have explained. These are the applications. Various applications are there. I think this theory will, I think, bore for you. I am straight away going to start Spark and PySpark. These are the various applications: manufacturing, education, transportation, insurance, and these are the various applications of big data. Okay, big data applications in different sectors: banking and finance, healthcare, education, and applications of big data in real life especially. Okay, these are the benefits of big data and advantages and disadvantages. So data acquisition, time and resource, integration of results, high error susceptibility, these are the disadvantages. These are the research challenges. My dear students, so you can take mini projects like sentiment analysis using machine learning techniques, opinion mining analysis using machine learning techniques. I am going to help you how to develop these mini projects applications very simple manner. Recently, I have executed 50 mini projects, very good applications I have developed in my data science research laboratory. If you want to collaborate with me, I am going to help you. Then these are the various problems. I'm going to share this PPT with your coordinator, your sir Satish sir. And now I'm going to start with the Spark. So far, any doubts in big data terminology? Now I'm straight away to start Spark contents. My dear students, any doubts, please ask me. So far, just I brushed it, just brush up for big data terminology. Any doubts so far? My dear students, madam, madam, please acknowledge me. Hello. Please respond me, madam or sir. My voice is clear? Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir, yes, sir,
yes.
Yeah, my voice is audible. Okay. Any doubts? If no doubts, I can start Spark.
yes, sir, you can. Yes.
Okay. Thank you for acknowledging me.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So now we are going to see the Spark basics. So Spark is a free and open source software, web application framework, and domain specific language written in Java and especially in Scala. So Spark written in Scala. Spark is an alternative to the other Java web application frameworks such as JAX RS, Play Framework, and Spring MVC Model View Controller. And Apache Spark is a general purpose cluster in-memory computing system. And so Spark written in Scala programming language. See, what is Spark? Spark is 100 times faster than Hadoop, fast and expressive cluster computing, system compatible with Apache Hadoop, efficient and usable. Efficient in the sense general execution graphs, in-memory storage. Usable is nothing but rich APIs in Java, Scala, Python, libraries especially. less code, 2 to 5 times less code than Java in Scala especially. Interactive shell is presented. Spark provides high-level APIs, especially in Java, Scala, and Python, and an optimized engine that supports general execution graphs. It provides various high-level tools like Spark SQL for structured data processing, MLib machine learning library for machine learning, and many more. Spark is supported. Like Spark was introduced by Apache Software Foundation, that is called ASF, for speeding of the Hadoop computational computing software process. Spark is not a modified version of Hadoop. Keep in mind, it is not a modified version of Hadoop. It's not really depend on Hadoop because it has its own cluster management. Hadoop is just one of the ways to implement Spark. So Spark uses Hadoop in two ways. One is storage purpose. So we are using in Hadoop HDFS for storage purpose. And second one is processing. For processing, we are using MapReduce. It is a processing engine. Since Spark has its own cluster management computation. So whatever the data you are giving as input to the system, it can process to store in HDFS and divide it into file into number of chunks. Each chunk will take each node. It uses Hadoop for storage purpose only. So Spark is a successor of MapReduce. MapReduce is a programming model where we are writing Java code, or you can write Scala code. So MapReduce is the heart of Hadoop that consists of two parts, map and reduce. These are the functions. Maps and reduce are programs for processing data. So map process the data first to give some intermediate output, which is further processed by the reduce to generate the final output. Means it reduces the input noisy data, inconsistent data, dirty data, and redundant data. Thus, map reduce allows for distributed processing of the map and reduction operations. So evolution of Apache Spark in the year 2009. Spark is one of Hadoop's sub-project developed in 2009 in UC Berkeley's AMP lab by Metoy Jaharia. It was open sourced in 2010 under a BSD license, Berkeley's University. It was donated to Apache Software Foundation in 2013, and now Apache Spark has become a top level Apache project from February 2014. Apache Spark is the next generation big data tool. Yes. So it considered as a future of big data and a successor of MapReduce. So these are the features of Spark. Keep in mind, Spark gives speed because of in-memory computation. It provides high-level APIs, application programming interfaces like Spark SQL, Spark Engine, Spark Core, Spark MLib, various APIs supported by the Spark, high-level tools, many more. So usability is one of the feature. In-memory computing, because the data set every time it loads in Spark is RAM, random access memory. So pillar to sophisticated analytics, real-time streaming processing, especially for streaming processing, compatibility with the Hadoop and existing Hadoop data, lazy evaluation, and active, progressive, and expanding community. These are the various features. I am going to elaborate these all features once again. So Spark is a distributed data analytics engine, generalizing map reducing. Spark is a core engine with streaming, especially in real-time streaming, structured query language SQL processing, and machine learning and graph processing modules. That's why Spark Core supports Spark SQL. That means we can create a database. GraphX graph means we can generate various graphs by using Spark. Machine learning library, we can generate various kinds of applications relates towards classification applications, clustering applications, association rule mining applications, recommender engine applications, outlier detection applications, etc. by using supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning approaches. Then Spark streaming in real time, especially big programming language. We are using in Spark streaming, real time processing. This is called Spark Core. See, recently I am conducting interviews for who are having more than 10 years in Deloitte. I am recruiting the candidates. So I am asking the question, uh, can you explain Spark Core? Immediately they are saying, yes sir, Spark Core consists of Spark SQL, GraphX, MLib, Spark SQL, Spark Streaming, real time, etc. Like that they are explaining. Keep in mind. Then precisely I can say Spark is alternative to MapReduce, compatibility with the HDFS and HBase and Yarn, yet another resource negotiator. It is a cluster manager in Spark especially. HDFS is one of the core component it uses in Spark and Hadoop. Hadoop distributed file system, its storage engine, where we are storing a file and dividing into number of subparts. Each subpart will take each node, then it process parallelly and sending back to the master node from the slave node. HBase is a data warehousing tool, database and data warehousing tool. In order to create unstructured databases, we are using HBase. Then Spark SQL component to access structured data. Stable API means application programming interfaces. We are using various libraries. It supports for multiple languages like Scala, Python or Java. Spark is supported. This is also one of the interview question. How many languages supported by the Spark? So they are saying Scala, Python, Java, R. Then library support. All the libraries it can support. So why Spark? Anyone can answer for this question? There are 5 reasons why Spark matters to business. So Spark is faster than MapReduce when it comes to processing the same amount of data multiple times rather than unloading and loading new data. Spark is similar and usually much faster than MapReduce for the usual machine learning and data analytics applications. There are 5 reasons why Spark matters to business. Spark enables use cases like traditional Hadoop can't handle, because Hadoop, especially for unstructured data, in order to process batch processing, legacy data, historical data, old data. Okay. And second reason, Spark is very fast because of in-memory computation. Because every time it loads from a RAM only, not from disk. Whereas Hadoop, every time data loads from the hard disk. That's why it is very slow comparatively Spark. Spark can use your existing big data investment. Yes, you can use your existing system also. Then Spark speaks SQL, means structured query language. You can use DDL commands, DML commands, DCL commands, TCL commands. Okay, and all SQL terminology it can use. Spark speaks SQL. Sparks is developer friendly because it is not tough, very easy to use, developer friendly, user friendly. Then why Spark is faster? See here the differences. Please carefully listen. So whom do we compare with? What do we mean by fast? See here, observe two diagrams. So fast to write, fast to run. So if you see in Hadoop, every time, see the data, please observe here. See the data set we are storing in these servers. Every time it loads from the database, I mean a hard disk, then stop. Then it is processing hard disk. That means client requesting data from the master every time the data is loading from the hard disk. See, 1 terabytes of file or 1 petabytes of file, it is a huge volume of data. Every time it is loading from the hard disk, definitely system is going to be slow. So if you see in Spark, every time the data is loading from, first time only it is loading data from the hard disk. Then see here, every time it is loading from the RAM, random access memory. That's why it is very faster than Hadoop. Keep in mind, they will ask you the question, what is the difference between Hadoop and Spark? You need to say Hadoop is a batch processing stream and Spark is a streaming processing engine. Hadoop, the data set loads every time from hard disk, whereas in Spark, one time it loads from hard disk, then every time it loads from the RAM only. That's why Spark is faster than Hadoop, because in-memory computation, these are the answers you need to support. Then Hadoop supports Java programming language. Spark supports Java, Python or Scala. These are the differences. Any doubt? See, this is one-way communication, not appreciable. Please ask me doubt. My dear students, are you understanding my terminology, my explanation? Please acknowledge me. Hello, madam. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Any? Yes, sir. Yeah. Any
yes,
doubts
sir.
from the? Yes, madam. Any doubts from the participants? I mean, students.
Sir, no.
No doubts. So you are clear with Hadoop versus Spark now. Okay. I am moving towards next. See here, the more explanation, the differences between Hadoop execution flow and Spark execution flow. See here, most of machine learning algorithms are interactive because each iteration can improve the results. With the disk-based approach, each iteration's output is written to disk, making it slow. I have explained the difference already. Hadoop execution flow, see here, input data on disk. So MapReduce task is performing. So tuples means rows. It can fetch the data from the hard disk. Then again hard disk. See here, again hard disk, again hard disk. Finally it gives the output, very slow. Then see the Spark execution flow, input data on disk. See, first time only. Next time it reads data from the resilient distributed data when it is immutable data from RAM. Next, see, next on disk RAM. Every time it loads from the RAM. That's why Spark execution flow is faster than Hadoop execution flow. So why Spark is popular? Because speed. It enables applications in Hadoop clusters to run up to 100 times faster in memory, 10 times on disk. Ease of use. Spark allows quickly to write applications in Java, Scala or Python. Sophisticated analytics, it supports SQL queries, streaming data and complex analytics. Okay, then see the life cycle in Spark. So we are taking data from various sources, that is called streaming data. If you take YouTube, it is a streaming data. If you take stock market exchange data, it is a streaming data. If you keep cameras in the road, that is called traffic streaming data. Live, we can access the live data. So data sources that with the help of database and file, then we are performing transformations like map, flat map, or various transformations I am going to explain now. Then we are performing action. Actions like uh, you can reduce, okay, actions you are performing, count by key, etc. I'm going to explain. Then UI dashboard, finally process data. So in lifecycle in Spark, load data on cluster, create a RDD, means data set, resilient distributed data. Once created RDD means you cannot change. That's why it is called immutable. Do transformation, perform action, create a data frame, perform queries on data frame, run SQL on data frames. This is called a life cycle in Spark. Sorry. Spark's official ecosystem consists of the following major components. Spark data frames, similar to a relational table. It is similar to relational table. You know, table is a combination of rows and columns. Columns are also called as attributes. Attributes are also called as a dimensions. Dimensions are playing vital role in data set. Tuples are also called as instances. Instances are also called as rows. Keep in mind, this is the terminology we are using. Spark SQL, it executes SQL queries or HiveQL query language. Then Spark Streaming, an extension of the core Spark API. MLib, machine learning library. Spark supports machine learning library like classification, clustering, association rule mining, outlier detection, recommender engine. Various machine learning library tools, library tools are presented. In Spark, it supports MLib. Then GraphX, it supports various graphs. It can generate various graphs in GraphX tool. Then Spark Core API, it provides R, SQL, Python, Scala, Java, etc. So this is a Spark ecosystem. I am asking the question in interview. Can you explain Spark Core API? Immediately they are saying. Can you explain Spark ecosystem? They are saying yes, sir. Spark ecosystem supports Spark Streaming, Spark SQL, Spark Hive, Blink DB, Tachyon, Spark Streaming, Machine Learning Library, GraphX, Spark R. So everything is in one software that is called Spark Core, one tool. All tools integrated in one tool that is called Spark Core. So MLib supports clustering, I have explained already. Classification, decomposition, regression, collaborative filtering, etc. Spark built on Hadoop. See here. So on top of standalone Hadoop Yarn, it is a one cluster manager. Hadoop E1 SAMR. So on top of standalone, we are using HDFS. Then on top of that one, Yarn, Mesos, MapReduce. On top of that, Spark is available. Then standalone, then Hadoop Yarn, Spark in MapReduce, SIMR. This is about Hadoop Yarn is one of the cluster manager. Apache Spark Core supports Spark SQL, Spark Streaming, MLib, GraphX, etc. So Apache Spark is the underlying general execution engine for Spark platform that all other functionality is built in upon. Suppose Spark SQL, it supports especially schema, RDD. It can support all SQL. Streaming, Spark Streaming, it supports streaming analytics. MLib, it supports for all the machine learning library. Spark MLib, 9 times as fast as Hadoop. GraphX for generating various graphs. See, Apache Spark, RDD. Keep in mind, RDD stands for Resilient Distributed Data, is a fundamental data structure of Spark. RDD is an immutable distributed collection of objects because once a data set converted into RDD, that means after that you cannot change. That's why it is called immutable. Each data set in RDD is divided into logical partitions which may be computed on different nodes of the cluster. RDDs can contain any type of Python, Java or Scala objects including user-defined classes. RDD is a read-only or a partitioned collection of records. It is a data set, RDD is a data set. Resilient distributed data means immutable. RDDs can be created through deterministic operations on either data on stable storage or other RDDs. If you see, Apache Spark ecosystem supports language support in Apache Spark like 4 languages: Scala, Java, Python, R. See, especially in industry, recent survey in 2019 and 2020, 68% were using Python and 81% were using Scala, 41% they are using Java, 28% they are using R programming. See how much importance for Scala. Then Python. That's why you can learn easy Scala and Python. So what is Scala? Scala is a general purpose and scalable programming language. So it is a which express the programming pattern in a concise, elegant and type safe, etc. It is basically an acronym for scalable language. Scala is an easy to learn language and supports both object oriented programming as well as functional programming language. Okay. Then why Spark programmed in Scala? Keep in mind, Scala is a pure object-oriented programming language in which conceptually every value is an object and every operation is a method call. That's why it is so popular, so easy to use. The language supports advanced component hierarchies through classes and traits. Scala is also known as functional language. It supports functions, immutable data structures and gives performance to immutability overcome or mutation. Scala can be seamlessly integrated with Java and Python, or it is already being widely used for big data platforms and developed of frameworks like Akka, Scaling, Play, etc. Being written in Scala, Spark can be embedded in any JVM-based operational system, Java Virtual Machine. So how does Spark execute a job? See here, master node, client server, master and client, master and slave, client and server, master slave architecture. How does Spark execute a job? Master node giving task to the data nodes, that means slave nodes. So slave nodes are performing parallelly and submitting these data to the master node immediately once task is completed. Okay, so this is the, so sir, you may get doubt. So one data node, one slave is not responding because of some failure in the hardware. No problem. It can support remaining 99 servers are supporting to the server. So that's why it is Spark is more fault tolerance. Means if any error occurs in one server out of 100 servers, but the application is still running because of fault tolerance. Keep in mind. This is the installation steps. See, follow my PPT. Easily, I am sharing today this PPT to Satish sir. He is going to share with you. You can install Spark very easily. First step, verifying Java installation first. Then verifying Scala installation, Scala version. downloading Scala, installing Scala, downloading Apache Spark, installing Spark, verifying the Spark installation in Spark's shell. So Spark installation in Ubuntu. I am giving steps for Ubuntu also, means Linux platform. So first you need to download Java and Spark softwares. Step 1, installing Java. Use this command, Java version. After installation, you can check whether installed properly or not. Then installing Scala and SBT. Then third step, installing Maven plugin. Fourth step, installing Spark. So that is about in Ubuntu platform. And Spark installation on Windows. Windows also I am giving steps you can install very easily. Install Java JDK. Set Java environment variable. Here we are setting the environment variable. Then installing Scala. Installing Spark. Installing SBT. Installing Maven plugin. Okay. Then that is about installation steps of Windows. Now, so we are practice on Spark framework with the transformations and action. Now Apache Spark core engine supports all. So you can run Spark using the standalone cluster mode on EC2 or on Hadoop, ARM or an Apache Mesos. Access data in HDFS, Cassandra, HBase, Hive, Tachyon, and any Hadoop data sources. Then see the resilient distributed data. It is a main logical data unit in Spark. In order to create RDD, we are using RDD is a main logical unit data in Spark. It is a distributed collection of objects, quoting from Learning Spark book. In Spark, all work is expressed as creating new RDDs, transforming existing RDDs or calling operations in RDDs to compute results. See here in the below. Transformations. Define new RDD based on current ones. Example, map, filter, join, union. Actions runs, it returns a value, reduce, count and first. These are the actions. Next, process of RDD, how do we create? See, first HDFS file data set we are creating. Then we are submitting structured, unstructured, semi-structured data to the system through with the help of HDFS. Then Spark RDD. So that is called data set. Now Spark RDD is a immutable data set. We are reducing redundant data, noisy data, inconsistent data, dirty data. Finally, we are getting the summary statistics with help of min, mean, max and standard deviation, histogram, etc. Operations. What are the operations on the RDDs? Transformations, course gained expression, operations like join, union, filter, map on existing RDDs, which produce new RDD with the result of the operation are referred to as a transformations. All transformations in Spark are lazy because of lazy evaluation. Actions, operations like count, first and reduce, which returns values after computations on existing RDDs are referred to as an actions. See, this is the Scala program. Write a Scala program to perform addition of two numbers using static input. So I am going to execute now. See here, directly you can use this URL. Okay. I'm using online compiler. You can also use online compiler. Write a Scala program. Scala programming. See here. So I have executed already this one. My screen is visible. Hello, madam.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yeah. See here, this IDE integration development environment, Scala IDE, online Scala IDE, or you can install in your system, you can execute. So this is my new laptop. Today night I am going to execute, I am going to install in my system. Then I am going to execute all transformations, actions, Scala programming, Spark and PySpark, both. Tomorrow complete practicals I am going to show you. So now I am executing this one. See here, Scala program. Write a Scala program to perform addition of two numbers. See here, object. My class name is a my class. So I'm defining function called add, and I'm declaring two variables like x int, y int, x plus y. Then definition main arguments array of string print sum of x plus y. So I'm executing this one. See here. So now here, see in the below, there is output. Hello, please check here. I have given x value is 25 and y value is 10. Please check here. What is the output? I got it. Hello, my dear students.
Yes, sir, they are listening.
Yeah. Sir, they have systems.
Yes, sir,
Sir,
everybody having
Yes, sir.
systems.
yeah. Why don't they can try
Will you
in
switch
their
on your
system?
laptops?
Yeah, please open all of your laptop. Sir, I'm sharing this link directly to your WhatsApp. Please share to students, sir, so that they will execute Scala programming. Very simple program. Two or three programs I'll show. Then later they will work. I'll share PPT so that they can work their own style, sir. I'm sharing link directly, Satish, sir. Please share this link to students, sir.
Sure, sir, sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let them open their screen, sir. Let them open your laptops, please. All of you open your laptops. If you are having laptop, please open.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, yes,
Now,
sir, they are opening,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. Please
They're
type this
opening.
program. So Scala is a case-sensitive programming language. Scala is a scalable programming language. Write a Scala program to perform addition of two numbers using static input. Using static input. Sir, my screen is visible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, please do all of you this program. Object space my class.
Mobile laptop laptop.
Sir, continuously I'm explaining. Maybe students may, we need to give 10 or 5 minutes break, sir. No problem. They are okay.
Sir. Yes, sir, we can give the breaks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please give 5 minutes break, sir. Or 10 minutes break. No problem.
Sure, sir. Definitely, sir.
Hello, Satish sir.
Sir, they are having
Break,
program
madam.
program
Madam,
type చేస్తున్నారు సార్.
okay, madam. Okay, madam. No problem, madam. Hello, madam. They have executed, madam. Hello, madam. Satish sir.
Sir, can we have a 15 minutes break for the students?
Okay, sir. Okay, madam. No problem. Give them.
Just 15 minutes తర్వాత మళ్ళీ కంటిన్యూ చేద్దాం సార్.
Okay, madam. Madam, meanwhile,
Yes, sir.
I have given my YouTube channel. Please
Okay, sir.
forward. Please give me your number also, madam, so that you can forward to.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. నేను ఫార్వర్డ్
I
చేస్తాను.
uh, or directly they can open YouTube and type my name, Dr. Asadi Srinivaslu, madam. My channel will come. Let them subscribe and have many videos are there, madam.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, please tell them, madam.
Sure, sir.
Okay. Okay, madam. We'll give break, madam. No problem. హలో మేడం.
సార్ చెప్పండి.
మేడం, మై స్క్రీన్ ఇస్ విజిబుల్
Yes, sir.
రైట్ నౌ. ఓకే ఓకే.
సార్ వాళ్ళు ఒక 15
ఒక 10
నిమిషాల్లో
to
వస్తారు
15
సార్.
minutes వెళ్ళారు సార్ బయటికి.
ఒక 15 నిమిషాల్లో
పర్లేదు సార్ ఇవ్వండి నో ప్రాబ్లం. వాళ్ళకి లంచ్ బ్రేక్ ఎప్పుడు సార్?
యాక్చువల్
మీ
గా
క్లాస్ అయితే లంచ్ బ్రేక్ ఇస్తాను సార్. 15 నిమిషాల్లో వచ్చేస్తారు వాళ్ళు.
అయ్యో, నాకు
1 PM దే రిటర్న్ సార్.
ఓకే సార్ నో ప్రాబ్లం. ఓకే, రేపు కంప్లీట్ గా ప్రాక్టికల్స్ చేపిస్తానులే సార్, స్పార్క్ అండ్ పై స్పార్క్ మీద బాగా
Okay,
ఇంట్రెస్ట్ గా
sir.
ఉంటుంది.
Yes, sir. Yes.
ఎందుకంటే వాళ్ళు కొంచెం ఫౌండేషన్ ఇద్దామని నేను కొంచెం ఇండస్ట్రీ టర్మినాలజీ ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేయాలనేసి అవన్నీ చెప్పాల్సి వచ్చింది.
అవును సార్ అదే అర్థమైంది.
సార్
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
వాళ్ళ ఓకే సార్, వాళ్ళ 4th యూనిట్ 5th యూనిట్ నేను ప్రిపేర్ చేసేసాను, పంపిస్తాను సార్. అది కూడా
Sure,
ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. ఎస్ సార్.
డెఫినెట్గా సార్, డెఫినెట్గా. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
ఇప్పుడు ఎవరైనా పిల్లలు అక్కడ ఉంటే గన మన ఛానల్ వాళ్ళ గ్రూప్ లో పెట్టండి సార్, వాళ్ళు చాలా మంది సబ్స్క్రిప్షన్ వస్తుంది.
డెఫినెట్గా సార్, డెఫినెట్గా సార్.
ఇప్పుడు
Already the PPT has been shared to them, sir.
ఓకే సార్.
Sure.
నరేంద్ర సార్, గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్.
సార్ నేను కొద్దిగా ఒక 10 minutes లో చేస్తాను సార్.
పర్లేదు
1:30కి
పర్లేదు.
Sir, sponsor request to join.
హలో సార్.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు వచ్చింది సార్.
ఓకే మేడం. స్క్రీన్ రావడం లేదు కదా మేడం?
వస్తుంది సార్ స్క్రీన్, అంటే మీ కెమెరా ఒకటి వచ్చింది, స్క్రీన్ ఇప్పుడు స్క్రీన్ కనిపిస్తుంది సార్.
మేడం ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, నా స్క్రీన్ విజిబుల్ కాదు, చెప్పండి మేడం.
ఎస్ సార్, ఇప్పుడు స్క్రీన్ కనిపిస్తుంది సార్.
ఓకే మేడం. ఓకే.
సార్ ఒక 5 minutes మీ కెమెరా ఏమైనా ఆఫ్ చేసుకుంటారా సార్? అంటే పిల్లలు ఎలాగో లేరు కదా అందుకని.
ఇది ఆఫ్ చేసేసిందా మేడం?
అంటే మీరు బ్రేక్ ఏమైనా ఒక 5 minutes or 10 minutes?
అదే మేడం. ఇప్పుడు కెమెరా ఆఫ్ అయింది చూడండి మేడం.
కెమెరా ఆఫ్ అయింది సార్, ఇప్పుడు ఆఫ్ అయింది.
ఓకే మేడం.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే మేడం.
ఓకే సార్.
మేడం, హలో సతీష్ సార్. మేడం యాక్చువల్లీ అంటే నాకు అంటే ఈ టైమింగ్ వరకే మేడం, నాకు మళ్ళీ కాలేజ్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఎలా చేద్దాం చెప్పండి? రేపు 10కి మళ్ళీ జాయిన్ అవ్వమంటారా? ఒకసారి సతీష్ సార్కి ఇవ్వండి మేడం. హలో సతీష్ సార్. మేడం ఇప్పుడు ఎలా చేద్దాం చెప్పండి మేడం? నాకు అంటే ఇంకా ఇప్పుడు మార్నింగ్ 7:30 అయింది, నేను 8కంతా కాలేజ్కి వెళ్ళాలి మేడం. ఈరోజు మీటింగ్ ఉంది. సో యాక్చువల్గా 10 to 1 కదా అనేసి నేను అట్లా ఇచ్చాను.
ఓకే, రేపు పెట్టుకుందామా సార్ అయితే?
రేపు మేడం 10 to 1 మేడం. రేపు కంప్లీట్ గా ప్రాక్టికల్స్ ల్యాప్టాప్ తెచ్చుకోమని చెప్పండి మేడం.
ఓకే సార్.
నేను ఇప్పుడు గ్రూప్ చాట్ లో కూడా నా ఛానల్ కూడా పెట్టాను, వాళ్ళు చూస్తారేమో చూడమని చెప్పండి మేడం. సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసి
నేను పెడతాను సార్ వాళ్ళకి.
మేడం తర్వాత సతీష్ సార్ చెప్పండి మేడం. నాకు అంటే టైమింగ్ ఇంకా 1/2 అవరే ఉంది, నేను రెడీ చేసి కాలేజ్కి వెళ్ళాలి మేడం.
ఓకే సార్ అయితే. సార్
అంటే
ఓకే సార్ అయితే. లేదు మీకు థ్యాంక్స్ గివింగ్ అలా ఏం చెప్పలేదు కదా అందుకని.
పర్లేదు మేడం. సతీష్ సార్ నా వెల్ విషర్ మేడం, ఆయన నాకు చాలా హెల్ప్ చేశాడు యాక్చువల్గా. చెప్తాను. అవును మేడం.
ఓకే సార్ అయితే రేపు 10 to 1 మళ్ళీ మేడం 9:30కి అలా పెట్టుకుందామా సార్? అయితే మళ్ళీ కనెక్టివిటీ ప్రాబ్లం అలా అంతా ఉంటుంది కదా యాక్చువల్గా.
ఇదేం ఉండదులే మేడం, ఈ రోజు సాల్వ్ అయిందిలేండి ప్రాబ్లమ్. అది నేను న్యూ ల్యాప్టాప్ తెచ్చుకున్నాను, దానివల్ల నేను చూసుకోలేదు, అవుతుందిలే అనుకున్నా.
ఓకే.
అది మేడం. రేపు పిల్లలు ఎంతమంది ఉన్నారు మేడం పిల్లలు?
యాక్చువల్లీ వీళ్ళు సిఎస్సి డిపార్ట్మెంట్ నుంచి ఒక 70 దాటి ఉంటారు సార్. ఐటీ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ నుంచి ఒక 48 మెంబర్స్ ఉంటారు సార్.
అవునా? 120 సెమినార్ హాల్లో పెట్టారా మేడం?
ఎస్ సార్, సెమినార్ హాల్లో.
అంటే మేడం వాయిస్ బానే వస్తుందా, వినపడుతుందా వాళ్ళకి?
ఎస్ సార్, యు ఆర్ ఆడిబుల్ ప్రాపర్లీ.
ఓకే, నేను అదే మా డౌట్ వచ్చింది. నేను యాక్చువల్గా అయితే మొబైల్లో జాయిన్ అయ్యి చూసుకుంటా ఉంటాను, అంటే స్క్రీన్ వస్తుందా లేదా అనేసి, అందువల్ల అన్నిసార్లు అడుగుతూ ఉన్నాను.
లేదు సార్, యు ఆర్ ఆడిబుల్ ప్రాపర్లీ.
ఓకే, పిల్లలు కూడా బాగా రెస్పాండ్ అవుతున్నారు మేడం, చాలా సంతోషము.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
ఎస్ మేడం. నేను ఇప్పుడైతే ఇంకా క్విట్ అవుతాను మేడం అయితే.
ఓకే సార్ అయితే నేను పిల్లలకి ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేస్తాను, సెషన్ విల్ బి కంటిన్యూ టుమారో అని చెప్తాను సార్.
ఎస్ మేడం, థ్యాంక్ యూ మేడం.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ ఫర్ యువర్ కోఆపరేషన్.
ఎస్ మేడం, ఓకే బాయ్.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. పిల్లలు మీ క్లాస్ వాళ్ళకి ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేసి